So is there anybody out?
Is everybody
Oh,
ready?
okay.
Then we'll begin.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Janet Montes Diaz. I am a member of the Sangha for quite a few years, 16 years, and I lead Sunday meditation occasionally. I'm also a board member and do a lot of volunteering for Down Mountain. So today we are going to do our Sunday meditation, and I just want to briefly, also I'd like to introduce Lama Namgyal Dorje and Lama Riksen Droma, which is, they are the founders of Down Mountain and our resident teachers, just in case you're not familiar with them. And they will be with me here during the Sunday meditation and answering any questions you may have. Okay, so let me just explain briefly what we're going to do this morning. We're going to open with our aspiration prayers. We'll practice for about 20 minutes. And we will then have a short talk. I will read from a short chapter from this book, Comfortable with Uncertainty. And then we will have a short talk. This will be for about 10 minutes, and then we will do our closing meditation. We're passing around a book of names, and if you can start passing that around, it'd be great. At the end of our Sunday meditation, we're going to read the people that are in the book of names. These could be people that are in need of prayers. You can put yourself, you can put pets, animals, any beings that you would like to include in sending them merit and good wishes. Also, any world events that are happening now that are in need of prayers also are put in the name. And those that are on Zoom, you can put it in the chat. And Emily will then put the names in the book of names. So then after I read the book of names, we'll do the dedication, and then we'll have some time to just socialize. Yes, and at 12:30, we're going to have the welcome event. So I invite everyone that's here to stay for the welcome event. It's a wonderful opportunity to find out a little bit more about Down Mountain, about our teachers, about the lineage, right, of Down Mountain and our activities. And also you can ask questions and participate. Okay, so let's start with our aspiration prayers. We are doing from our prayer sheet. And we do these aspirations because everything that we do in Tibetan Buddhism, we do not only for our own benefit, but for the benefit of others, the benefit of all. So this is a way to orientate ourselves to that vision of helping others. So let's do together. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor from those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the practice we're going to do. Part of this practice is basic practice where we observe our breath and develop our attention. But also a second part of the practice is a practice that was given to us by one of our guiding teachers, Atsun Pelo Rinpoche, which is a very realized Dzogchen master. He is from Tibet. He actually lives in Tibet and travels around Tibet and China giving teachings. He has also come here to Houston to give teachings in the past. And he gave us the Hong practice, and later on I will explain that practice to you. So why are we doing this? Or what is the purpose of this practice? It's really to, of course, it's to benefit ourselves and also everyone, all other beings. But it's also, it's a way of getting a hold of what's holding us back and trying to let go of that. We're trying to be at ease. We're trying to be expansive. We're trying to develop our attention. So let us settle. And when we settle, we do what's called the 3 pillars. We want to feel the contact of our seat on our cushion or chair. We want to feel that this contact comes from the very center of the earth, the ground. Our cushion, our chair is giving all the support we need to feel that we are secure, that we are at ease. And it just helps us to be at ease. Also, we have another source of security in our skeletal structure, and most of all, our spine. Our skeletal structure is holding us up. If you are in a cushion or a chair, just notice that the natural curvature of the spine is holding you, as well as the bones on your shoulder and all the other bones in your body. So this way we can relax all the muscles in our body. Be at ease, relax all your muscles. It's good to slightly open your mouth so all the muscles that are around your neck and face are at ease, relaxed. And lastly, the last pillar we have is what's called the central channel. And this is the channel that is within us. It is invisible to us, but it is there. And this channel, you might say, begins below our navel in the belly area. There is a center, energy center that we call the Do in Tibetan. This energy center has raises up through the central channel up, all the way up to the top of our head. So we just want to know that it's there and just notice that energy center. And as it moves, as we meditate, we want to make sure that it can move, the energy can move freely through our spine, through our central channel, and up all the way up to the top of our head. So what we're going to do for a few minutes is observe our breath. Just take a minute or two just to be with our 3 pillars. Now that we are relaxed, we are at ease. Notice the breath. Notice as the breath goes in and out. You inhale, exhale. The breath is always with us. And try to keep attentive to that breath. as it goes in and out through your nostrils. You can even imagine it going down to the dough, to that energy center, and just kind of visualize it there. Imagine the breath going in and out. And as you do this, you'll notice that once in a while your mind will wander. Thoughts will naturally occur. And whenever you realize that thoughts have occurred, just gently go back to the breath. Don't be too concerned how many times the thoughts come up. It's going to be natural. Just go back. Each time, go back to the breath. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this for a few minutes. Let us begin. Now, we are going to do the hum practice. Each one of us will chant hum at our own pace for a few minutes. And just be aware of how that sound goes through your body. Feel it in your mind. Feel the hum in your body. And just experience it. And we'll be chanting hum until I ring the bell. Let's go back to the breath, back to the breath. So the practice we just did is a practice that we can all do on our own. If you're new to meditation, it's good to start in short intervals. And you can also do what we call the 3-minute sessions, where you have, or 2 minute, 2 minute sessions, three 2-minute sessions, where you first just observe the breath, or you can chant home. Then you break for 1 minute. You go back for 2 minutes. Observe the breath, and then you break and go back 2 more minutes. So it's a nice way to start to develop your attention. And as you feel more comfortable with time, you can expand the time to whatever time you like. Now, I'd like to mention we're passing around the Book of Names, and the people that are on Zoom can enter the names in the chat, and later on we'll read those names. So right now what I'm going to do, we'll read a chapter from the book Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. I believe we are on chapter 12, which is called The Root of Suffering. What keeps us unhappy and stuck in an unlimited view of reality is our tendency to seek pleasure and avoid pain, to seek security and avoid groundlessness, to seek comfort and avoid discomfort. This is how,
Want it closer?
okay. This is how we keep ourselves enclosed in a cocoon. Out there are all the planets, all the galaxies, and the vast space, but we're stuck here in this cocoon. Moment after moment, we're deciding that we would rather stay in that cocoon than step out into the big space. Life in our cocoon is cozy and secure. We've gotten it all together. It's safe, it's predictable, it's convenient, and it's trustworthy. If we feel ill at ease, we feel full, we just fill in those gaps. Our mind is always seeking zones of safety. We're in this zone of safety, and that's what we consider life. Getting it all together, security. Death is losing that. We fear losing our illusion of security. That's what makes us anxious. We fear being confused and not knowing which way to turn. We want to know what's happening. Mind is always seeking zones of safety, and these zones of safety are continually falling apart. Then we scramble to get another zone of safety back together again. We spend all our energy and waste our lives trying to recreate these zones of safety, which are always falling apart. That's the essence of samsara, the cycle of suffering that comes from continuing to seek happiness in all the wrong places. Would our lamas like to comment?
Would you like to comment?
Well, I would just comment that that suffering really is what motivates us all to search for a way to alleviate our sufferings. And of course, it's like it says in this chapter that we form the cocoon, but really what Buddha, the original Buddha, when he realized there was so much suffering, he looked for a way to get out of the suffering. And this is what motivated the first Buddha that we know, right? Gautama Buddha, to find that way. And so I don't want to continue because the next chapter is going to be on the Four Noble Truths, and that is where he discusses how we can alleviate our suffering in a permanent fashion. So, would you wish to say anything? Okay, yes, it's on.
First of all, I would, good, it's working. I would ask you if this rings at all true to you, that we are continuously looking to create some band of security, some cocoon, and it doesn't ever hold as long as we might wish. Is that your experience? Friendships sometimes fall apart. People die. Careers change. It's hard to find security in this world. But we keep pretending that we can do it. And we keep trying and putting our eggs in the wrong basket, basically. It doesn't mean that we don't, of course, enjoy, commit to the best we can find in relationships and life and values that we cherish. Just a little cautionary that it's not going to last forever. So one of the things we will hear about the Four Noble Truths, one of our errors is that we see as permanent, lasting, and durable those things which are not. So you can just look at your own life and see this happens in big and small ways. You're going to go to a party, think it's going to be fantastic, and the people you want to meet don't talk to you. There are these little disappointments. So then you realize that anticipation, that projection, not that you wouldn't go to a party, but hey, it's not going to be a done deal, that it's going to be a good time. And even if it is a good time, then what? You go home and you're still alone and your air conditioning doesn't work and it's 100 degrees. This is life. So one of the things we do in practice when we hear something like this is just say, hey, is this relevant to me? Is this telling me something about my life? Because as Janet indicated, we practice to be of help to others. And, I used to be a lifeguard and swimming instructor in camp. You don't know that about me, but yeah, I did that. And I loved it. And of course, you had to pass a life-saving test before you could be, a lifeguard. And you had to learn how to swim of different strokes to different distances, not inhale water. You had to know how to do it before you could teach anybody anything. Never mind going to graduate school so I can teach, at Rice. So in order to be able to do something for someone else, if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a good office person, you have to know what to do. So what we are doing in our practice here is developing our skills so that we can benefit others and not be quite so fooled by the rigmarole that Buddhists call samsara. It's not that we don't have joy. And in fact, the more we can be aligned with what is real in our experience, which is a slow process and very central to our practice, the more we can kind of relax. Thoughts, comments, protests? Don't tell me to talk about suffering. I want to hear about it. I'm here for bliss. You might feel that. What? Any comments, thoughts? Online? People? Charlotte.
Well, I just sometimes, oh, okay. Sometimes when I want to react to someone or I think something bad about someone, I sometimes remember what you've pointed out is that we all suffer. So I always think, oh, that's right. And it helps me kind of step back and maybe not, maybe react in a more skillful manner. So I thank you for pointing this out. So anyway.
Thank you, Charlotte. That's so sweet. Yeah, we all suffer. And people who are behaving badly, what we consider badly, or legally badly, people who are behaving badly, sometimes very badly, we can forget that they're suffering. And something happened in their life that makes them incapable of behaving differently. Yeah, I think it does soften the edges of our indignation and also creates a sense of connection. These people I would never, what? How you react. Yeah. Yeah, it probably feels better in you too. You don't get all riled up. Thank you for reminding us of that, Charlotte. It's really important. It seems like a small thing, but as only as the Dalai Lama said once in 1978, I believe, when he was visiting for the first time to the United States, he said, if you've been practicing for 5 years, and instead of getting angry and losing your top 10 times a day, it's down to 7 or 8, you should take satisfaction in the power of your practice. And I felt then and feel still, all these years later, that was one of the kindest things I ever heard and one of the most realistic things. Some people feel, maybe we all felt at one time, oh, I'll just sit down and practice in a week or so. I'll be done being angry. I'll be done being sad. I'll be done being self-conscious. I remember thinking that. And then discovering before too long that that's not the way it was. But there is process, there is change. Like you mentioned, you have learned to react differently, maybe 8 or 7 times, 10 times, and to recognize that that's meaningful. It's not an on-off switch, right? But we grow, and I think people who have been practicing for a while will tell you, yes, I have gained benefit. Do I still have trouble? Yes, right? It doesn't, we have to be realistic, but it does create change, and that's hopeful. Thank you. Anybody else?
Okay.
Then we'll meditate so that this will be true for us.
Very well. We're going to do another session of meditation. And I'd like you to recall the 3 pillars once more. Notice the contact of your seat on the cushion. Relax, knowing that it comes from the very bottom, the very center of the earth. The earth is supporting you. You can relax. Notice your skeletal structure is giving you your support so that you can sit with the spine relatively straight and in a relaxed way. And you can relax all your muscles, be at ease. Slightly open your mouth. Then be aware of the central channel that runs very close to your spine. Be aware of that energy center down in the belly as the energy flows freely from that energy center to the top of your head. Now let's go back to observing our breath. Let's observe the breath as it goes in and out. You can visualizing it going down to your belly, and you can, when you inhale, it goes down, and then when you exhale, you can visualize it going back, or visualize the energy going up to the top of the head. Let's just be this way for a few minutes. Whenever you see that a thought comes, just say thinking, thinking, and let it go. Just let it dissipate. Go back to the breath. Now we will do the hum practice. Chant hum, each person at their own pace, and just feel the vibrations go through your mind, feel the vibrations go through your body. Keep your body and your mind together in that hum. And we'll do chant hum until I ring the bell. How does your mind feel? How does your body feel? Now go back to the breath. Observe the breath. I'd like to mention our upcoming events. And like I said at the beginning, in just half an hour or more or less from now, we are going to have our Welcome to Down Mountain event. So I invite everyone that's here to stay for that if they would like to. And it is something that is good for everyone, especially people that are new and curious about knowing a little bit more about Down Mountain, especially since we have here the founders of Down Mountain. They will be talking to us.
all about it at 12:30.
Yes. There is a flyers in the back, and I think we left it on your seats and cushions, about introduction to Buddhism in India. And this will be going on from September 17th to Sunday, October 29th. It will be done prior to Sunday meditation from 10:30 to 11 every Sunday for 6 weeks. Live instructions taught by Lama Namgyal Dorje Harvey about Buddhism, anything, you wanted to know, if you want to know the history of Buddhism, an explanation of what Buddhism is about, please come and join us. There will be a 2.5-hour mini Green Tara online retreat, and you can register by donation. It will be on Saturday, August 26th, from 9:30 to 12 noon Central Time. Anyone who has received the teachings of Green Tara given to us by Atsun Rinpoche is welcome to join us. Please visit our website to register. And we have a lot of a new beginning to intermediate programming coming up this fall. And so join us in our weekly newsletter list or follow us on the Facebook to find out about it and keep in touch with all of these events. Also, I'd like to remind everyone that we're really here and we're really able to provide everything we provide by the generosity of all of you that come here. So in the back, we have a box where if you feel inclined to leave us a donation, you can leave us a donation within that box, or we have a QR code that you can click on with your cell phone and do an online donation. So we welcome all donations. Also, let me see. Well, we're going to do, we have the Book of Names. Oh, right here. Okay. And before we do that, let's just do the sharing the merit prayer, which is also on our dedication and blessing. Okay. Let's do the dedication. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. And let's do the blessing also. With of all you in mind, we, like this lamp of clarity, may the glow of love with them shine within us, everyone, till we all rise born in one enlightened mandala. So we dedicate the practice and all the good merits that we've accumulated in doing this practice today to Greg McGregor and family, Keith and Romana Harding, Don Peak, Gary Book, Johnny and Sarah McGregor, Jackie, Sylvester, Monica Camachos, Emily, Gary, Sonia, Maria E., Danielle, Farida, Dean, Glenn, and Macaroni, all being suffering due to climate change. Olivia, Martha, Ann and Bardo, Dave, Spahn and Bardo, Alex Stroke, Papi, Chrissa Despina, Elf Syria, Mano Lasonas, Melina, Marika, Yota, Gringo, Michael Donovan, Ian in the Bardo, Sharon Stern in a Bardo, Deborah Verasi in a Bardo, Owen Kenny in a Bardo. So let us do the ah. We'll just do one ah, but as we do ah, we want to visualize that all these good merits that we've accumulated is spreading throughout the earth, throughout all the space, wherever living beings may be and may inhabit, all of them receive this ah.
You can unmute if you like.
Yes, the people on Zoom, please unmute and do the ah with us. So I'd like to thank all of you for being with us today, and you're welcome to just stay, and hopefully the people that stay here will come to our welcome event. We can socialize, speak with each other. So thank you.
Jerry has been carrying goodies down the hall, so there's some snacks for us.
Oh, yes, there are some snacks.
What?
You can invite the people online to come back.
Yes,
So
and
busy.
please come back in half an hour. Those of you that are on Zoom, or if you'd
news
like
you
to
can
hang
use.
around. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.